Be-doodle-ding-da-ba-doom-doom, Mike's music method. Introducing you from upstairs, not in the basement. How about that? A new introduction setting. Guys, I am excited, as usual, to bring you this awesome song. Thank you, Bryce Suit, my dear friend Bryce. Reminded me how awesome Timber Timbre is. If you guys don't know this band, go check them out. Really, this whole EP called I Am Coming to Paris to Kill You is awesome. It's a great little murder ballad, this song. Really cool picking. It was so funny. I put the song on and my daughter, who's almost 8, she goes, "Dad, is this you?" And when I told her it wasn't, she was like in total disbelief. She like, he finger picks exactly like you do. And he does. He's got that old Paul Simon, Dylan trick in there. This is a great song. It's totally a doable beginner piece. If you do trip up a little bit, the Travis picking playlist will be here. But you guys can do this. If you have any Travis picking experience, you should be able to get this one. Really cool, not that complicated. It's such a great song. The deadpan delivery, it's just a hilarious take on the old sweet folk stuff made into a lighthearted murder ballad. Don't worry, it won't depress you. It's clearly light and playful, but it's great. Without further ado, let's do this song measure by measure breakdown. As always, timestamps down below. They're your best friend. If I'm going too slow, jump ahead. If you need to review something again, jump back, use those timestamps. Let's do it. Timber Timbre. Check out this EP. Go listen to it. I'm coming to Paris to kill you. Measure 1. We've got capo on 2, a very simple G chord. It's so simple that we just need ring finger on that 3rd fret. That's it, of the 6th string. You don't need to fret any of the other ones, at least not yet. That's our pattern. It's going to repeat a ton in this song, so make sure you get it smooth. We got thumb on 6. Then we are pinching 4 and 2 with our thumb and middle finger. And then we are back to 6 with our thumb. Then we go to 3 with our pointer finger. And then our thumb plays 4. So for the majority of this song, I've got my middle finger on 2 and my pointer finger on 3. And I just kind of keep them there. Of course, there are some players that choose to use their pointer finger and do all the movement that way, which is fine. But there's tons of folk songs and country songs that you're going to have to use the middle as well. So why not get it stronger now? That's my advice, but it doesn't completely matter. So that's measure 1. Thumb, pinch, thumb, and thumb. Thumb, pinch with the middle, thumb, pointer, thumb. Measure 2, we are hammering into a C chord, but with a G in the bass. So this is a C chord. We simply bring that ring finger up here. And this is a classic folk move. It happens in so many songs. So right off the bat, I'm pinching 6 and 2 with my thumb and middle. And then I'm hammering. And you'll notice I'm also hammering this middle finger down. Even though I'm not playing it, that's fine. You're going to hammer both of them. So my first finger is hammering 1st fret, 2nd string, and then my middle is hammering 2nd fret on the 4th string, the D string. So I'm only pinching the 2 of them. But I'm hammering this middle finger also, even though I'm not pinching it. That's fine, that's what he's doing. And then right after that, I'm hitting the 4th string to sound that note that I just put down. And then right back to the middle finger on the 2nd string. That's the first half of the measure. Then we end it with 6, 3, 4, thumb, pointer, thumb. So the whole measure, 3, 4, Measure 3 is the same as 1. Measure 4 is almost identical to 2. Except the last hit, when I hit that 4th string with my thumb, I'm pulling off. Otherwise, it's the same. 3, 4. Measure 5, it's back to the G, a little bit different picking here. It's staggered, it's not pinched. So we've got 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4. Thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb. Then we hammer on and measure 6, almost identical to 2. That's all the same, but here we're just adding the middle finger playing the 2nd string. 3, 4. One more time. Now we've got a D7 chord with an F sharp in the bass here in measure 8, like that. I would recommend getting used to the thumb because there's other chords where you're going to have to use the thumb in order to play the melody notes. Here, I suppose you could do it this way because he's not doing any fancy, runs or anything up top. But I'd get used to playing a D7, wrapping your thumb. I know it's harder on the nylon, it's a thicker neck. Try your best. If you absolutely can't do it, don't worry, you can play it this way, where you got your middle finger there and you're fretting that D7 a little different. Pattern's easy once you get the shape down. It's just, which is 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4. And as usual, these two are locked on these two strings, so it's thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb. Measure 10, and it's back to that G chord. And that is exactly the same as 1, but with the addition of adding that extra second string at the end, the middle finger playing it. Measure 9, same thing. Same as 10, which is then it changes a little bit here in 11. Here's like the pickup to the verse because he starts singing here. It's a little different. It is 6, 4, 2. So he doesn't pinch, he does a 2 right after. 6, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. Then here is where the verse officially starts in measure 12. And your tab that's free to download, right? mikesmusicmethod.com. All the tabs are free. What a guy. Free tabs, no paywall. I must be out of my mind bringing you this great education for nothing, which is why you should donate, but more on that later. Please consider support, though. All right, so we start measure 12. He starts singing, and the pattern here is 6, 2, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. You don't have to be exact when you start singing because he varies it up pretty good. But, once your hands get loose, you can play any finger combination, really. So it's up to you. But that's what it sounds like when he starts singing. And then 13, he goes to that C chord with the G and the bass. So he just adds those two fingers to the G chord, making it a C with the G and the bass. And it's thumb, pinch, 4 and 2, and then 6, 3, 4, 2. And he does this quite a few times. So it's also 14, it's also measure 15. Also measure 16. Then in 17 we get a G chord, staggered again, 6, 3, 4, 2. And then he walks down, he puts an F sharp in the bass. And he picks it the same way. So I'm just going to the 2nd fret here. From the 3rd fret down to the 2nd fret. And the picking pattern is exactly the same, and that's all that changes. And it's a little descending line because then we end up in on an E minor in measure 18. And here we've got normal E minor, and we're doing 6, 4, 2. Then we're going to hammer on the 5th fret. He lifts it up and hammers down to 2. So 6, 4, 2. Hammer the 5th string, and back to 4, 2. Thumb, thumb, middle. Hammer the thumb, thumb, middle. And you'll notice if you actually download, or if you're not just looking at the tab, it's really quick. The hammer here is really quick. Then in measure 19, it's a bit different. He hammers a little bit slower. So it's not the end of the world if you can't get that down, but notice that the first one is quicker. Really snappy. And the second one's just on the and beat. 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and, as opposed to the first one, which is more like a grace note, right? Really quick, or a 30-second note, whatever it would be, right? So we've got 18, 3, 4, into the next measure, slower hammer. Then, so it was exactly the same except he hammers slower, and then in measure 20, there's no hammer. So it's just 6, 4, 3, 5, 6, 4, 2, 5, 4, 2. Then when we get to 21, he has a little more excitement. He's just doing 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. Then in 22, he goes back to a G. C with a G in the bass. So we just have the G here in 22, 6, 3, 4, 2. Same pattern, add those two fingers, do the same thing, 6, 3, 4, 2. But notice when I'm adding them, right at the last minute, 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, put them both down. Pew! Donation pitch. Guys, if you made it this far in the video, you're getting value from the video. And so I encourage you to consider donating. It could be a one-time thing. It could be monthly support. The way the value for value model works is I'm giving you my talent, treasure, my time, and hopes that you guys will return some of that back to me. I want to keep these free. There are so many YouTubers and other stations and channels that have a paywall. They'll give a little content, then have a big paywall, or maybe they'll charge for every tab. All these videos are free. All the tabs are free. I promise to keep the videos and the tabs free because I want everybody out there who is, doesn't have a job, too young, or just simply can't prioritize music in their life. I want them to have access to this awesome content. But that only works if you guys are willing to contribute. Those who do have the funds right now, or have the time or the talent to pitch into the channel in some way, it's greatly appreciated, and it keeps it going. By you guys giving a little bit, it keeps it free for everybody else. And I don't know what the value for value is for you. It could be $5 a month. Maybe it's $40 every time you learn a song, or maybe it's $50 a month. Private guitar lessons could cost you anywhere from, $150 to $200 a month. Maybe you're using these videos in lieu of taking private guitar lessons. I don't know. It's a value for value model. That's why it's so cool. You get to determine what value these videos are bringing you. And just do a little thought experiment. What if Mike's Music Method disappeared from the internet? All the tabs, all the Townes Van Zandt tutorials were gone. How would that make you feel? Would you go, oh crap, I could have gave Mike $25 a month? Or man, I could have given Mike $5 a month, right? Or hey, I could have pitched in one time and given Mike $50 to keep it going. So think of it that way. You get it, the value for value model. The more time you guys buy me, the more videos I'm able to make to give tens of thousands of people an awesome picking education. Please consider the links are all in the description below the video, or go to mikesmusicmethod.com. There's a little donate tab. Onward with the song. Then in 23, we stay on that chord. We've seen all this before, right? Thumb, pinch, 6, 3, 4, 2, thumb. Does that a few times. So he actually does that 4 times, takes us all the way through measure 26. Now measure 27 here is a little different. He takes us into like an A minor, I believe. At first I thought it was a D7, but I'm hearing A minor. So we got thumb on 5, then we're hitting 4, and then 2. Thumb, thumb, thumb. It's an A minor chord. Now here, he's lifting the middle finger, and he's hammering open to 2, putting an F sharp in the bass, which I don't know if you're considering that like an A minor / F sharp, or if you're calling this a D / F sharp. Doesn't matter, it's just a transition chord. So we got that, 5, 4, 2, then we hammer on, and then 4, 2 again. But now this string sounds open because I've used that middle finger, lifted the 4th string open to get the hammer on, and he's strumming that one open then, or picking it open. Go back to the 2nd string. I think you get it. 3, 4. Remember, timestamps down below are your best friends. I know we just blasted through a whole bunch of measures. At the end of this video, I do slow run-throughs of each section. So now might be the time where you bookmark where you are, and then go to the end, practice some slow run-throughs before moving on. And I promise at the end, I will also give you it in context with the vocals. Here we're just hyper-focusing on the playing, and not everyone is a singer. And then at the end, I will sing to it so you can kind of see the placement of where everything goes. Timestamps. We're cruising along, guys. Your picking sounds great. Keep at it. This chorus is a lot of similar material, nothing new, so let's keep going with it. This is where he starts going on. It takes a little time, but you'll feel better about most. So we're at 1:41 in the song. We've done kind of like verse, chorus, and then I guess you can call this the bridge. Or we've done like intro, verse, then this is the bridge, however you want to call the sections, right? So it is measure 28 in the free tab, mikesmusicmethod.com. Let's take it from 28, and we've got just the C chord with a G in the bass, and we've seen this a million times, right? Nothing new, thumb, pinch, bum, 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 bum. Then we go to an E minor in 29, and he's just doing 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2 on an E minor. And 30 is a G chord with the same pattern. And then he varies it up a little bit here. In 30, it's just thumb, thumb, and just deleting the and beat there to give it a little different feel. Then we're in 33. He goes right back to being busy again. Then 34 takes us to an A minor. Same thing here. It's 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So thumb, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. Right? Nothing new. Exact same pattern. Back to E minor. Here it's the busier one. 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. Now we're in measure 36. Back to a G. Notice sometimes he's giving it the and beat, other times he isn't. That's just kind of his feel for it. You know, use your intuition to gauge which ones are going to be a little busier than the other ones. 37, he pinches. Then, right, he's just giving it variety, a little more rhythmic movement. So 37 and 38, 3, 4, you got thumb, pinch, thumb, and thumb, and thumb, thumb, and thumb, and thumb, and. Takes us into 39, which is, then he walks us back up to a C. So we got a G chord, 6, 4, 2, then I walk my thumb open on the 5th string, 2nd fret on the 5th string, then we're at a C chord. Just a thumb on C, pinch, then we move that up to the C with the G in the bass. So it's thumb, pinch, then 6, 3, 4, 2. Then we're at measure 41, back to E minor. I know it seems like a lot, but it's a lot. It's basically the 3 chords over and over again, right? 42 is back to the G. Here he does a cool little anticipation, little anticipatory note. Anticipatory. I like that word. Is it really a word? I think so. Anticipatory. So 42 is a G chord. 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. But that last 2nd string, I'm putting my 1st finger down on the note C to anticipate the C chord to come. Then right into the next measure, I keep that pin down and I go to a regular C chord. And here we have a lot of like walking bass with the ring finger. We just have, so thumb and 5, then I'm pinching 4 and 2. Move that finger up, 6, 3, 4, 2, bring it back down, pinch 4 and 2. Up 6, 3, 4, 2. I suppose you could also do the big C chord for this part too, where you just have the ring finger up here, but then you had your pinky down on that 5th string, so then you don't have to move it. And he does that 3 times, no, 4 times. Well, 46 is a little different. He adds this extra note. So here he does 6, 3, 4, 2, 6. Or sorry, 5, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. Measure 45, 46, 47. We have an A minor. And we've seen this before. We got that A minor with the hammer on open to 2. Sorry, I messed up the rhythm. There's the rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, hammer the thumb. Almost there. We go back to the intro, and then here is the coda. In your tab, it is measure 49. So we had, after the chorus, he went back to the top, and then we go here. So it's a whole lot of A minor, kind of slightly different rhythm. So starting in 49, it's just 5, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. 50 is a little different. We have 5, and we're pinching 4 and 2. 6, 3, 4, 2. Next one is the same, 51. 5, pinch 4 and 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. This one's a little different in 52. We've got 5, 3, 4, 2. And then like we did before, bring that middle finger up. There's no hammer on, but he's doing, that puts that F sharp in the bass and does 6, 3, 4, 2. And of course that's now open instead of the 2nd fret because we moved that finger. Cool. Then measure 53 is a G chord. Thumb, pinch 4 and 2. 6, 3, 4. You've seen this hammer in the intro. It actually is the intro. Same thing. Back to that. 55. 56. The hammer again. With the pull off. Yeah, it's basically exactly the same as the intro. 57. This is the only weird part, and I swear I hear this note. If you look at measure 58, We hammer into the C. Sorry. My fault. What am I doing? 3, 4, we hammer. I'm hearing that note open, that 4th string. It sounds like he lifts it, but he still plays that note there. So he doesn't lift it completely into the G. He only lifts the middle finger, which seems odd to me, but that's what he's doing. Lift the middle. 58, one more time. I know it's weird. 3, 4. Lift the middle. Now. Here it is actually the D7 with an F sharp in the bass. It's not really the A minor. And I think the other times it's A minor quickly to a D. And he slows it down. So we have, it's 6, 3, 4, 2, then it's 6, 4. And it kind of breaks the pattern because it's on an and beat, but he slows the rhythm down. So that ending is 6, 4, then I'm doing middle on 2, pointer on 3 as usual. So we break the Travis because he's doing thumb, which would normally be pretty quick, but again, the tempo, it's a whole ritardando, the whole thing's slowed down. So 3, 4. And he ends on a G chord. Before we do the slow run-throughs, let's give the singers some placement here. So I'm going to take it from measure 9, 10, 11, nice and slow, and we'll put the lyrics in there so you guys kind of know how to follow along with the tab. 3, 4. I am coming to Paris to kill you. I have even booked my flight. I am coming to Paris to kill you. I am coming to take your life. Sorry, then it repeats back to the beginning, the G. So that's the idea. I know it's hard when it's slow. I've talked about this in many videos. I probably should make a proper tutorial on this, but I always start with the chords, even if you're just strumming. I am coming to Paris to kill you. And then maybe you're just doing the thumb. Then maybe you're doing the thumb and one other finger. Maybe you're keeping, when you make it complicated, you're always keeping the pattern the same, even if he doesn't in the song, just to get your, right? You want to work on them separate and slowly build them together. So go slow, maybe start just with the thumb, maybe do one simple pattern without any variation and sing it that way. And then you can start to, do it all properly how he does it. Boom. So he does a whole another intro and verse again, and then we get to this bridge. It takes a little time. And so you do all the intro again, and then coming out of measure 11, instead of going right into 12 for the verse, you would jump all the way to measure 28. So we'll kind of pretend we're doing that pickup in 11, and then we'll just start playing in 28, right? And it takes a little time, but you'll feel better about most of these things. He has all these different vocal variations. I don't know them yet. Takes a little time, but you'll feel better about most of these things. Takes a little time and you'll feel better about most of these things. About most of these things. Cool. So I haven't practiced singing it too much yet, but you get the idea. That's how we're kind of timing the lyrics in there. Go super slow, as I said before. Match it up how you need to. Slow run-throughs. Let's do the intro, verse, intro, verse. Let's do it twice. We'll do it all nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice how long I hold that down before lifting it up. There's a little bit of variation the second time, but it's not really enough to write out. I'm coming to Paris to kill you. Sorry, kind of botched it. Take it from 28, 2, 3, 4, 1. And it takes a little time, but you'll feel better. Back to the top, run through the intro and the verse again, and here's a very slow run of the Coda, which takes place after measure 27, I believe, but check the tab to be sure. But we're doing 49 on the A minor here. 2, 3, 4.